This video will take you step by step through how to create and submit an application for the Wisconsin CARES Act Provider Payment Program, also known as CAPP. Right now, we are on the program homepage. You can check whether your organization is eligible to apply for these payments by navigating through the FAQs below. We will access the application by clicking the Apply Here link. This will take you to the homepage of the application. To begin, log into your account on the CAPP application portal by entering your username and password. If you haven't created an account yet, please find instructions under the How to Create an Account job aid. You are now logged in. To start an application, click the Submit New Application button. The first tab of the application provides guidance for completing the application, as well as the information you'll be required to provide. Take a few minutes to review this content before proceeding to the next step. When ready, click Next. This is the Company Information tab of the application. On this page, you will enter your organization's information exactly as appears on your tax forms. Please note that the fields with the red asterisks, such as first name, are required. Fields with the lowercase I icon can be hovered over for additional guidance. Let's start by filling out the contact information for our main point of contact. Now you will enter information about your organization. The organization name and tax identification number, or TIN, must be entered exactly as they appear on your tax documents. Using the drop-down, select your organization's provider type. You can hover over the lowercase I icon for additional guidance on the different provider types. Depending on the provider type you select, additional fields may pop up. As an example, we will select the home and community-based service provider. Next, we will enter the DQA state license number. This field is required for assisted living facilities, nursing homes, and adult family homes. If your organization does not fall into one of these three categories, you do not have to fill out this field. Since we are completing an application for a home and community-based service provider that is not an adult family home, we will skip this field. If you have this information, please fill in your organization's Medicare number, Star Supplier ID, National Provider Identifier, and Medicaid ID. We will now select the counties our organization provides services in. You're able to select more than one county if necessary. Since we selected home and community-based service provider, the additional fields for services provided will appear. We will now select the services provided. Note that you could select more than one. In this example, we will select home health care and daily living skills for children. Over here, we will need to provide the number of individuals served in the months of January through May. Next, we will enter the gross monthly payroll under the organization-specific tax ID and provider type for the months of January through May. Next, we enter a physical and mailing address. These can be the same or they may be different. If you're a Wisconsin provider, use the address provided to Forward Health as the check address for your mailing address. The physical address is the address of the location of your organization. If your physical address is the same as your mailing address, please check this box here. Otherwise, enter your physical address. Once that's complete, click the Next button. If there are any errors on this page, you will not be able to continue on with the application until they are fixed. By clicking Next, the application will save any information entered. You may also pause the application at any point by clicking Save and Exit. This next page prompts you to validate the addresses you entered. If you'd like to use the address the system has found based on what you entered, click the plus sign. If not, leave it unchecked. Note that if the system was not able to find an address, it will display no suggested address found. In this example, we will choose to use a validated address, so we click the plus sign for both the physical and the mailing address. We then click Next to continue. We will now enter the revenue and expense information. First, you will enter your 2019 gross revenue as filed on your 2019 tax returns. If you have not yet filed your 2019 taxes, select 2019 draft in this drop-down. Otherwise, select 2019 and enter your gross revenue for Wisconsin in this field. If your organization has received any other CARES Act provider relief fund payments, select Yes for the next question. These payments could include Paycheck Protection Payment loans, EFMLA, or federally funded sick leave related to COVID-19. If not, select No and skip down to the section regarding subsidiaries. If you selected Yes, you will be able to add information about the funds received. To do so, click the Add button here. A window will appear and you can complete all the fields and click the Save button. Let's say that we received a CARE Act payment funding of $12,500. Let's enter it in. If you have received multiple funds, you should enter all of them. If you wish to edit the fund entries, you can click the drop-down arrow for each entry and select Edit. To delete a fund entry, select Delete. This section focuses on any subsidiaries your organization may have. If your organization does not have any of the same provider type, select No on this question and continue on. If your organization does have subsidiaries of the same provider type, select Yes. An additional question will appear asking if the subsidiary has been approved for or received additional CARES Act provider relief fund payments. If it has not, select No and continue on. Otherwise, select Yes, and you'll be prompted to add subsidiary other funds. Click the Add button to add funds your subsidiaries have been approved for or received. A window will appear when you can complete the information about the additional funds. Click Save. You can add numerous new other funds and edit delete funds previously added. In the next section, you will enter your organization's lost revenue for March, April, or May 2020 due to COVID-19 by clicking the Add button. If your organization did not experience a loss of revenue during these months, skip to the next section. If you click Add, a window will appear where you can enter the lost revenue amount for March through May. Enter that amount and click Save. Next, enter any equipment expenses associated with COVID-19 during the months of March through May 2020, like the purchase of additional cleaning supplies, PPE, or technology to serve your customer. If your organization did not have any equipment expenses associated with COVID-19 during this timeframe, continue to the section about staffing. For this example, let's say our organization had to purchase additional PPE and cleaning supplies. We will click the Add button and a window will appear. Now, enter any staffing expenses associated with COVID-19 during the months of March through May 2020. Eligible staffing expenses include overtime or hazard pay. Let's say our organization had one associated staffing expense. Click the Add button to log the expense. Once you're done, click Save. If your organization did not have any associated staffing expenses, simply leave the section empty. Click the Next button on the bottom right of the page to continue to the next section of the application. On this tab, you will be prompted to upload 3 documents: a copy of your 2019 tax return, a current W-9 form, and a 2020 IRS Form 941. The 2019 final federal tax return and the current W-9 forms are required for all applicants. The 2020 IRS Form 941 is required only if you have employees. To upload, you can either click on Upload Files or drag and drop your documents. You may choose to upload all 3 documents at one time or do them one by one. If you haven't submitted your 2019 federal tax return yet, you can upload a final 2019 profit and loss statement and a copy of your 2018 federal tax return. If you're a nonprofit organization, you may upload the 990 form instead. You will also need to check off the documents that were uploaded. Since we have uploaded our 2019 final tax returns, a W-9, and the 2020 IRS Form 941, I will check those 3 boxes. Once the files have been uploaded and the check boxes have been marked, please click Next to continue. This is the final page of the application. Please take a couple of minutes to review the text and documentation. As a reminder, you can review your application by clicking on the back button at any time. Make sure all the fields are completed, then click Submit. Once your application has been successfully submitted, you will see a success page. You will also receive an email confirmation that your application has been submitted successfully.